Start a video and realised you'd forgot to press play. Anyway, I'm here now, okay? It is a Thursday morning and I went op shopping and I was feeling guilty for going op shopping. But there was a reason I went and I'll tell you in a second. I was feeling guilty until I remembered after I'd gone op shopping that it was tomorrow, Friday and Monday are holidays. So there's not going to be any op shops open, so I'm making the most of it. Now I've got to be really quick. My camera's about to die and I've got to be quick with this. Why I went, one, my little two youngest grandsons were freezing this morning. They reckon didn't have enough warm clothes, so I said let's go to Big W and get you some clothes. I don't like going up there. I like to go to vintage shop, like op shopping. And they said yeah, and then they went for a bike ride and got hot and didn't want to go. So I'm like, yes, thank goodness, because I hate going to shopping centres. So I went to the op shops to get them some clothes and I picked up 8 pairs of long pants. Mind you, 7 of them went to one child. And he's stoked, like they're really good quality, Old Navy, Just Jeans, all for $1 a pair. So they were very happy with their pants they got, because we're going south next week. It's going to get colder than what it was today. But the reason I went back to the op shop that I went to yesterday that had the vintage dresses, and I forgot to grab this, because I did the comps. I did the comps when I was there and I forgot to grab it. But anyway, it's this. It's called a Grolier pre-reading enrichment program from 1974. With the homeschooling going crazy at the moment, because we all know a lot of us more people are homeschooling, I grabbed it for that reason. Plus I'll pop the comps up here. Some of the comps are really good. Even if I only get like $40 for it, it's only $4, so, but I'm hoping to get more for it than that. I also got, while I was there, I went to the book section, which I'm not supposed to, but I looked at the DVD, videos, VHSs, because you know, there's some VHSs are worth a lot of money. I got 2 Harry Potter ones. I'll probably get about maybe 18, maybe, but these ones, the Teletubby ones, they go for really good money. I'll probably get about $29 up for those. So I grabbed those. I also grabbed this. Now you guys who are not boomers will not know what they are, but if you do are a boomer, you'll know what they are. They look a bit gnarly, don't they? But anyway, a lot of us use these. It's a whole packet of them. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to see if anyone wants to buy them. I haven't even looked up if they do or not, but otherwise I'll wait for my great-grandchildren, my future more grandchildren to come along, and they can be, oh shit, look, gave it away. Nearly gave it away. You non-boomers who watch this, guess down below, and I know that you boomers can say yes down below if you know. If you don't know, that means you didn't, and I'm not going to go any further. But okay. So as I paid for that, which is only $7 for all that stuff, I was going out and I saw these plates. Now I know I had these plates back in the day, probably in the 80s. I know I picked them up, but these have all still got the label on them. So I did a sneaky look as I walked outside and said I might come back in a minute and grab those. So I looked. They're ARCORO. So Arcoroc. They're from made in France. They go for about $50 odd. A set of 6 there. So that was a really good buy. Now, they did cost me $10 for the 6, but I was happy to pay that if I'm going to get, you know, $30, $40 return. What else did I get? I got some weird stuff, you know. I like to buy weird stuff. I got this. I think someone might have flogged it from a motel in Penang. Because, yeah, it's an E&O Hotel. So I think E&O Hotel lost a couple of mugs and saucers. So I got 2. These are only 50 cents. Look at the size of them. They make great soup cups or big cup of coffee cups. And I got a little wooden shoe because I'm weird like that. But I did get another thing too, which is in the car. It was a pottery pig money box. And I damn well paid $4 for it because I love pottery, and it was blue and it was really cute. Then I got in the car and I realised it had a crack on its one sock and a little chip on its back of its ear, which I didn't see. So be aware when you're looking at pottery, make sure there's no cracks and slits and whatnot. But I just think of it as a donation. So I'll donate to the next op shop for someone else to buy. And that is, oh yeah, and my pretty little plate, which I'm about to pop up on site to sell. It's a lovely little made in England one. James Kent, if you're into James Kent stuff. So that's what I got this morning. Now, if you're still here and you love vintage stuff, vintage jewellery, I'm going to show you what I got yesterday really quickly before I take off again. So keep watching. I'll get on with that now. I'm doing all this videoing between picking up kids because they've gone bowling, teenagers. We've gone bowling again. So I'm doing all this between. I've got 2 items. I've only sold like 2 things in the last 3 days. After last week, I thought it was going to keep on going, but yeah, it's completely died. Which is a bummer, but you know what? I'm not too worried because I can always have markets, which I probably will never will, but I can always do a shed sale, get rid of stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I also picked up this cute little, because I'm running out of, like, I've got 3 boxes full of stuff, but I'm running out of places to put my vintage jewellery, so I only paid $3 for it. So I thought, yeah, I'll grab it, even though it's modern and I prefer vintage. I thought it's a really good little case to put stuff in. So the story is, there is a story with this. Last week, I went to one of my favourite op shops and I asked the lady to keep an eye out for vintage jewellery and clothing, and she says, well, I've got a heap of vintage jewellery, and I said, oh cool, that's great. Now my sister is a collector of vintage jewellery too, and she actually buys from Grafton, from where I am, and she messaged me on Tuesday, said, can you pick up this stuff for me? I picked it up from her before, a few years back, and I said, yeah, no problem. Anyway, it turns out to be the same lady who runs this op shop. She must gather all this stuff and sell it on the side. So yesterday, she said she had stuff on me, and then we realised that she also must have bought from her too. So yesterday when she said, I've got stuff, she had stuff for me, so I said to my sister, you can have the rest of her jewellery, which is sucky because I thought I had my own lady now, and I'll just take the clothing that she finds. But I said, this lot of stuff that she's got saved for me, because I've already sent my sister's stuff to her, is mine. So from now on, it's hers. But yeah, I thought I'd show you. If you're into vintage jewellery, I thought I'd show you, because you know how much I love it. Now, I did pay up. It's not a 50-cent bag of jewellery. It did cost me a little bit of money, and it probably take me a little while to recoup. But it's vintage. It's vintage, darling. And I had to have it for that reason. Because, you know, I like to, you know, get stuff that's a little bit unusual and old and funky and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, let's get started before my battery runs out completely. Well, yesterday she brought the bag she showed me the fur jacket she had. It was falling apart. I didn't get it because once fur starts to fall apart, it doesn't last. And I ended up getting all this stuff. Now I'll start with this little gorgeous, now this is not stamped, okay? Now if anything you guys like, you let me know. We'll do a deal. I think it's sterling silver. I'm pretty sure it's in a Prouds box, but I don't know if that's where it belonged. But it's a beautiful pendant. I don't know what the stone is or anything inside it. It's very, very unusual. And there's no stamps on it, but it has to be sterling silver. It's got everything about it. Looks like sterling silver. It feels it. I haven't tried to polish it. It doesn't stick to magnets. It's all that sort of stuff. So I'm waiting for, I've got to get a tester. I've got to get a gold and silver tester very soon. My gem tester's coming when I'm away. I also got these gorgeous, these are old, if you don't know anything about them, shoe clips, shoe buckle, shoe clippy things. So someone's cut them off a shoe. You can also slide, if you've got beautiful long hair, like I used to have, you can actually use them as hair slides. You actually put your hair through that section, and you can actually, you put your hair through that section and have it like that. Something they would have done in the 20s and 30s, I'd say. So they're really lovely. I've already listed those on my Pretty Rusty group, so if you're not on there, you go and have a look, and Facebook, that is. These are dress clips. If you don't know what dress clips are, instead of brooches or anything like that, they used to tuck their, like, have a dress on, and they'd put one on each side of their dresses. Great grandma, or grandma in my case, probably would have did it. I've actually had some, I've got some old ones I've had for years that I've actually worn in my hair. Again, beautiful for a hair clip, probably a bit ouchy to get out, but very, very pretty. Then it's the train going by. I've got this box of gorgeous retro men's, something for the men. All these beautiful cufflinks. These are so lovely. There is no stamps on any of them, but they're very 70s. I presume they're 70s. I think they're 70s. I wish they all had stamps on it so I could see, you know, do some more better research, but I can't. But they're beautiful big stones in each of them. Pair of them. Pair of those, and then there's these two like mother of pearl style ones as well, so I've got those as well. They are, no, I don't know, yeah, I'd say one pair would have come in the smart set, imported stone it says, so I'd say it would have come in that, and they've just put the rest of them. I got a bell for my future shop. I got some earrings. They're only gold crest, nothing fancy about them, won't get much for them, but I'll probably put them with, might put them with my other gold crest ones. I've got this lovely little bar pin, and all it's got on it is an R, so I don't think it's a very old one. It's just very old looking style one. It just hasn't got an old back to me, it doesn't anyway, but I think, yeah, it's got an R on it. That's all it's got on the back, so that's the only stamp I can find. What else? Crystal earrings. There's two of those somewhere. Yep, two of those crystal earrings, no stamps. And There is a lovely thimble. Sadly, it's not sterling. It's stuck to my magnet, but it's a very old, if you collect old thimbles. I've got one. I've actually got a couple, but one I'm keeping because a lady gave it to me specially, so I'm going to keep that one. Made in Czechoslovakia brooch. I presume it's glass. Sadly, there's a few little stones around the rhinestone area that's missing, but it's definitely made in Czechoslovakia because it's stamped on the back. Very pretty. It's actually I'll see if the colour looks, when it's against a darker background, it's a lot darker colour. Okay, a ring, sterling silver ring, which I haven't shown the girls because they'll flog it and they won't be able to make any money off it, so I'm going to sell that one. Little Scottish brooch. This is an oldie. This is a real old brooch. It's a little Scottish bagpipe playing man. And it's an old back on it because you can tell, an old one because you can tell by the clip that I haven't got the toggle clip on it. More earrings, but they again, I'm going to put them with my broken jewellery because there's two of those, but they've got a few stones missing as well. Sorry, a few stones missing as well. And I'm getting down to the last little bit. Oh, one of my pins is missing. I don't know where it is. Yeah, this is not worth much. This is only just nothing. I got to find my other brooch. It's a beautiful brooch. Oh, here it is. This is lovely. This is silver. This is old. This is very old. Now, it looks like a topaz. I think it's a topaz. See, the topaz. I'm hiding my dirty fingernails. I can't get them clean. Yeah, it's either topaz or aquamarine. And I think the stone's been cracked, but I'm not sure. So, whatever. It's silver on the back. And whatever happens, I can always melt it down. But I have a feeling, I can see it now even more. The stone has been cracked, which is really sad. I thought it looked strange in the light last night. Now in the daylight, proper light, I can see. So this one will probably be a meltdown job, or I'll put another stone in it. I don't know, but I've got quite a bit of silver I've got to get melted down. Sad that was, because that would have been a beautiful. Picked up this. I'm not into crosses or anything like that. I'm not into all that, but it's a very, very pretty one. It's all sterling silver, the whole thing, the chain and the cross. All that's done. And then I've got watches. I've got watches. This one is only good for parts. A lot of people, believe it or not, if you see old watches, grab old watches. People will buy them for the parts, and they will pay a lot of money for the older watches. Like I might be able to get, $30 to $40 for each of these old ones. So if I do, that will pay for everything. So I paid $120 for all this, and there was more. Where's my other stuff? I have other stuff too that was with that little round bugger. I can't find it anyway. Put them somewhere. Oh, I know where I put them. I'll put them in here. Okay, I might even have more stuff in here. I've also got this tiny, this must have been a kid's watch, a kid's gift. Look how tiny the wrist is. So it's a very vintage one. This is bangle. I've got one very similar. It was given to me by a lady when I was a child. Sorry. So I think it's from the 60s, 70s. And this large sterling silver pendant, which I will never wear. That's got to go. And I'm pretty sure it's sterling silver. I cannot find these stamps on it though, so yeah, it doesn't stick to anything. It's lovely though. These little miniature paintings, East Garston. Well, they've got each name of where they are painted at, and by the who painted it, and then it says from the miniature world of Peter Bates. So Peter Bates is a well-known person, does a lot of miniatures. So I'll probably get about $35 for those on eBay. So I'll probably earn about $28 for those. Now, the last thing I want to share with you, which I love the most, I hope the camera doesn't die, is this gorgeous marker seat watch. I have got a marker seat watch in my collection, which I've got to sell soon, but it is made in Hong Kong. This has no stamps except for a stamp at the very bottom here, which I can't read. And I think these two links here have been replaced. I don't think they're the original pieces there. And one of the stones is missing on the marker seat watch. Now, if it is old, like I'm hoping it is, and I'm trying to remember what the name is, I'll pop it up later because I can't remember. It starts with T. I haven't been able to find much information on it. I'm hoping it's a really old one. It's a wind-up one. It is keeping its time. Yeah, it's keeping its time at the moment. So I'm hoping over 100. It polishes up at the back. I've did a bit of polishing, and yeah, it's polished up like silver, but there's no stamps anywhere. So I'm hoping this is over $100 worth. I'm hoping. Anyway, that is my little adventure of shopping today and my treasures from yesterday. I hope you enjoyed that. Who knows what I'm going to find next, but it's going to be something weird and wonderful, I hope. Take care, everybody. Happy treasure hunting and safe weekend. Please don't eat too many chocolates because you'll get sick. Take care. See you soon. Bye. Well, I just stuck out to take stuff to the op shop. A lot of those books that I got and some other books I decided to get rid of because there's too many and the ones I don't want to sell. And because I went to the op shop, my favourite op shops, it's where I always take my stuff that I don't want. You know, you can't go into an op shop, take stuff there and not look. And I was in my head going to go looking for my grandson for some more pants to wear down south. And I succeeded. I did succeed. But I got all these. It's $5. I got $5 worth of clothing for the kids and myself. $5. This is why I do not like going to normal shops to buy stuff that's going to cost you however much it costs you for one item. Okay, now, everything I got on today, bar my, I think even my undies might be with the kids' undies. Everything I've got on today is secondhand, even the socks, because that's what I do. I prefer even my bra is secondhand because I do not like buying new. So I'm adding this onto the last video because I might not do a video for a few days. Now, what else did I get there? I got a pair of jeans for Missy. So everything cost $10 when I went in there this afternoon. I got another vintage dress. It's mighty ugly, like it's not my style, but the young girls love this sort of stuff. 1980s Dolina brand top dress with a brooch on it, and I collect brooches at the moment. I am reselling brooches, so I will pop that in my resellable section. 1980s brooch. I got all that, and I also got, which is really cool, this gorgeous little, oh, where'd you go? You fell down. Sorry guys. Oh, typical of me, all my dramas. I've got my phone on charger. Did you enjoy that? I don't know if I'll edit that out or not. Oh, it's just so typical. Now I'm upside down. Okay, I'm sideways. It doesn't matter. I got this. It's a little wall hanging thing. Probably made in one of those countries. I don't know. But I got this too, guys. It's I'm not into this sort of stuff as for myself because I bought it to resell. But it's actually made in Italy. It's got the stamp on the back. Ceramic Artistica San something or other, Italy, via Giovanni Forti. So hopefully I'll get a few dollars for that because it didn't cost me. So everything in here cost me $10. I will count up the clothes later and I'll let you know what how many clothes there are. Then we'll divide it and we'll put a little number up here somewhere. Now I'm going to, oh yeah, and I went to the mail and I posted some stuff that I had to post, and excited. I got a few little, I bought some 1 and 2 cent coins. Now why did I do that? That's something that you'll see later on. It's an idea I have. And I also finally got my little diamond gem tester. It's just a cheapy one, but it said it wasn't going to be here till next week, but it's actually arrived today, so I'm very happy. And go home and test all that little bits of jewelry I have put away that I don't know what stones that's in it, and hopefully it'll tell me. I'm going to take my lopsided self out now and leave you alone. Remember what I said earlier, do that. Take care, see you next week. Bye.